Yeah, you know what I want to know? This is before we start the video. So this video is going to be about the conversation that K. Michelle had with Cam Newton. That to me, it left him speechless. I know probably for one because, you know, sometimes I know they say a hit dog a holler, but also sometimes somebody just so right that you just like, you know, the audacity of you to check me on that about my life. But I'm going to play it for you. I know I probably will get copied. Let me get on this side of the road because it's less bumpy. And happy Father's Day, because today is Father's Day to all the fathers. Oh, you got to listen.
All this time and then going to Nashville where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space, but in our space we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, black men to really step up for black women and create families. It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women, and it's not a cool. They're not creating homes, they're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men.
So for one, that one is a double-sided coin, and I love what his response was. Okay, let me see.
You have to set an example as leads. The cute social media mimic, good or bad mimic, you know. But we looking to you. We looking to you, a successful black man. We are looking to you to change the narrative, and when you don't, it becomes go on that show and tear his ass up.
I received that, and nothing but a white flag, because I have been guilty. But if we're going to have this conversation, we need to have this conversation. Just like you're holding me accountable.
Hold me accountable.
I need black women to hold themselves.
Okay, come on, let's go.
So I believe when he says that, hold black women accountable, he's absolutely right. Okay, it's certain things. Listen, we're going to be honest right now because this is an adult conversation. This is not for kids, so I'm definitely going to flag that this is not for children. But absolutely, positively, you have to hold yourself accountable. Now, for one, have I been in Cam Newton's life? Absolutely not. But I, as well as other black women, and I'm not gonna lie, if you lie and say this, if you say this, you're lying. Because oftentimes men tell us, but it's not what we want to hear. So we say, we're going to change their mind. I've been done, it's been done to me. I've done it to somebody else. I remember a young man who I was dating at one time. He really wanted kids, and that was not my judge. Since I was younger, I said, if I have kids, which my plan was never to have children, but I said, if I have kids, I will have all my kids by 30. So right now, you see what I'm doing right now? I have no children. Like my dog car seat is in the back seat, but I have no little person that I'm responsible for. She at the house, she chills, she's eating, you know, she copacetic. She watching her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Can't nobody call me and be like, you going to jail for her being in the house by herself. So sometimes conversations are had, okay? And the reason why I say that is I just watched Harlem. The final season, I want to knock up them for the final season, but I know for every beginning there shall be an end. And I just, that show, it was like everybody says that Girlfriends is their black girl Sex in the City, but if I would say an equivalent to me, it would be Harlem. I'm not gonna say who is who, but I pretty much feel like y'all can figure out who is who in that realm. Besides, I guess Charlotte, because there's nobody who really, yeah, she kind of mimics Charlotte because of her love of love. But Harlem, it was a young lady, okay, and she had a boyfriend. What is that? I can't think of that fine boy name. Oh, that man is fine. When I find a picture, I'm gonna put it up there for that thing is fine. Jesus, dark skin, chiseled, not bald fade. He has I think it's a bald fade, beard, handsome, black as my tires, and I love it. Lord knows I love me old black man. It might be because of my daddy, and I feel like that's why I love black men, because my daddy took care of his family, and that's a black man, okay? He might be mean as shit, happy Father's Day, but he took care of his family. So in the episode, he woos her. I feel like in essence he love bombs her, and she thinking like, she reminds me of one of my friends who, she already planned out the wedding. When she meets you, the wedding is planned, okay? And she finally said that she likes the aesthetic of a wedding, but like I told her, when it comes to actually doing wifely duties, I don't see her being that person, because she don't like to cook. She don't like to cook. I cook sporadically, but she don't like to cook at all, okay? So I don't know how that's gonna work. But you know what? For certain people, you change certain things, because I have done a plethora of things that I said that I would never do for my significant other, and have done it. But in the episode, he says that he is polyamorous. Was this something that was discussed with her at the beginning? Absolutely not. So was that his fault? Absolutely. He should have. That is something that you disclose at the very beginning, because everybody is not on that type of time. I don't like sharing nothing, okay? I'm the type of person, I don't even like sharing my snacks. So I will tell my friend, listen, guess what? You better get your own, because when I get that, and the only thing I really share is like Chipotle. I'll share like food to that regard, but anything else, I'm not sharing. You know why? Because I'm not a sharer. Okay? I told you I'm the baby, 11 years. I don't share. All right, let me go run in the city tree and run back. I'm not running. I'm walking briskly. Okay, be back. So y'all, literally, I was in and I was out. But back to what I was saying, I feel like some men, like in that situation, he did not tell her before for her to make the decision. She ended up finding out actually once he was making a phone call, and in that phone call, he was like, "Hey, babes, I'll be to see you." So that's when she go back and she like, well, who the fuck is, I can't remember the girl name. So she was like, who the fuck is that? And he was like, that's when he told her he was polyamorous. Now, he was a football player, so he attributed to that. He said that his life was on the road and he had enough love to give to other people, which this might very well be true. Listen, it might very well be true. Because, I mean, shit, they came up with the name, so apparently it must be true. I see both poly. I've seen poly men with one man with two women. I've seen a poly woman with just her and two men. To each his own. If that's your judge, do your thing. But I just feel like that's something that you should be letting on up front. Don't pussyfoot around and don't wait like he did until it's found out. So it got to the point where she was like, and as you get older, you feel like, you know what, is this Michael Jackson? Is this it? Is this all I have to look forward to, is having to be in a polyamorous relationship with a man? So she said that she loved him. So listen, it is a TV show, so I'm not understanding the span of time, because to me, love, it take a while, especially for me. It takes a while, okay? I'm gonna say I like you strongly, but love, that's a big old L word, Jesus. That's a big old L word. So they had both said that they love one another and yada yada yada, but I'm just like, so she entertained possibly being poly with him, okay? Because she's asking her friends, like, is this the last straw? Well, of course, we got a friend who, she a freak leak, so she like, you know what, test it out, try it out, see if you like it. Well, it was actually two of them. Test it out, try it out, see if you like it. And it wasn't until she actually went to, he was like, let's just meet her and see where it goes from there. So they actually end up meeting. Jesus Christ. They actually end up meeting, and, you know, old girl was about that life like the other one. She was like, listen, if you're going to be a part of this situation, you have to, I go get tested. We always use condoms. We always tell about who we are entertaining outside of one another. So once she started running down the logistics and the rules and stipulations of this situation, that's when she was like, you know what, this ain't for me. So she walked out, and that's okay. In my point of view, I've seen some interviews previously that Cam Newton has said. Now, is he one that has said about has he said about this before to them? Did he wait until, like old boy did? Because he was a football player. So did he wait until after and told? I don't know. But from what I have seen from Cam and what I have heard from Cam, Cam always says that he does not feel like he is meant to be in a monogamous relationship, which is something that you got to respect that. Now, if that woman chooses to continue having babies for him, because apparently he has a plethora of babies, you know, that's what she meant about broken homes. And sometimes homes can be broken outside of just that. So, like he say, let's have this conversation, because just as he is having children with these women are opening up their legs to them and have seen the other situations. So I'm like, listen, yes, a man can change for whomever he chooses to. However, if you don't see an active change, which is what I tell my friend when she talk about some people that we know, and I'm like, that person not changing. Yes, you do want to give a person grace. Yes, you do want to be understanding. However, if a person is not even showing you that they're trying to change, why bother? Why bother? Yeah, don't bother. Don't. Rice and Tiller. Okay? On the other hand, I do understand what she's saying, because I do see, like, even let's just talk about college. When I went to college, these young Caucasian girls, do they go to school and get their education? Yes, they do. But they also are preparing for the future. I.e., while I'm here, I'm looking to see who also here who wants something out of life. Okay? Most of them are married before the age of 25. Okay? And that's not just to say that it's always school, marriage, babies, da-da-da-da. Shit happens. You know, I've had friends who have done the, quote, biblical way, which is, you know, be together, get married, have the children. And guess what? They divorced. Cheated on. I mean, it's just picking that right person for you. Picking that person who is understanding to you. Picking a person who matches you. You know? It's no right or wrong. It's what's right for you. Just like I told one of my supervisors the other day, we were talking about how people vote, and, you know, I'm just like, if you don't care for somebody, you gotta do me something for me not to just like you. I'm not just gonna like you because you dislike you because you gay. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Their sins, I can't even say they sins are just outwardly because you don't know, okay? But I'm saying, like, if it's and sometimes you can't even say it for trans people because sometimes you can't clock them girls. They look more of a woman than I do. I'm just saying. They got some beautiful ass trans women, and you can't take that from them. I'm talking about fine, built like a stallion. I don't care if they bought their bodies. Hell, fuck, real women buying bodies now. So it's just like a double-edged sword when it comes to everything. And I kind of understood where Nene Leakes was coming from when she was talking to T.S. Madison about the whole dating situation. But I guess it's all in your perception. My preacher preached about that this morning. It is your perception. It is your perception. He was talking about the perception of God, but he was like, it's all in your perception. So if you perceive something a certain type of way, of course, that is the way that it's going to probably manifest and roll out. However, if you see it another way, then it's a different realm. You see, like I say, you see it differently. So you just have to be understanding, cognizant, careful, and be appreciative of all. When I say be appreciative of all, because you just, yeah. But the whole conversation with them about, you know, the broken family, the black family was broken a long time ago. So if we want to be honest about it, your grandparents, they did have grandparents who stayed together, but they all had children on each other. They didn't find out about the children until they got to, you know, the funeral. But ultimately, it was that. So I don't think it's quote unquote about the black family. Like, what if Cam doesn't want to be with a black woman? I'm just saying family, period. Like, let's not. It's a broken family. It's something broken. And like she said, I know people say, hey, they got the money. If they got the money, they should be able to do it. But listen, ultimately, money aside, kids want your time. Okay? And that's was something that I learned having a conversation with my own child about kids preferring your time over. No, she prefer money now. I'm gonna end it on that. Yeah, she prefer money now. Yeah. Let me go get my medicine. She prefer money. But this is definitely an open. I want to know how people feel about this. Like, it's two sides. Like Cam say, if you gonna check me, let's check these black women. So everybody has to be checked. Everybody has to come to the table and be accountable. And I do understand what she means with them, you know, as they say, like the old people say, pollinating from flower to flower. Because listen, I don't know. Listen, if it works for them. I would say them, but ultimately, what's best for the children? You know? Do they know all their sisters, their brothers? I know they got Nick Cannon. They got a bunch of them that got a slew of kids. Hell, they had one boy say he had 13 kids. I'm not going to tell you where I was when he said that, but everybody in there was flabbergasted, floored, frustrated, wanted to fight. Listen, 13. In 2025, 13. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. Because if I told y'all what he said he did for work, I'm going to stop. Bye.